And we are live. If you're watching this live, it's Gary Cox. Give me a 1 in the comments below. Give me a 3 in the comments below if this is a replay for you. Want to talk today about sales. Without sales, that is the definite bloodline of all businesses. Without that, we're not doing anything. So I want to share with you from the, I don't know, 30, 40 years of experience being in sales, some things that really ruin sales for a lot of people and a lot of companies. So let's talk about it. Now, all companies are a little different, so you have to determine this based on your product and services. What I'm getting at, there are some products and services that are one call closes. There are other that are 2 or 3 or maybe 5 or 6 call closes. That's probably a little too much, but it depends on the product. Example, real estate. You're probably not going to do a 1 call close all the time when you show somebody a house. It's not reasonable. Selling vacuum cleaners door to door. That's probably going to be a 1 call close, probably because you're not going to get another chance to do the call. So I remember one day years ago. But yeah, let me back up a little bit. Here's why you need to know this. And the only way to know this is knowing the track record that you have with the product and the customers and the calls that you need to make, which are how many, which I'll get with you in just a moment. So we had at one point 2 specific different products. One of them we still have. One was a product that I would go out to companies and we'd make a sale. And I remember I literally had my millionaire mentor with me. So we're really cool to have him with me. I did a presentation. We made some sales. Then he noticed once we got in the car, he said, Gary, I noticed there's some other people that showed some interest and you didn't take their information down to follow up with them. And here's what I said to him. I said, our statistics and our track record show that this is a 1 call close. If you don't make the sale right then and there, you are not going to make the sale later on. Now you might make, 1 sale out of 20 or 30, but it was smarter in this case to go ahead and get ourselves in front of other companies and spend that effort, because that would make way more sales than the effort following up with a bunch of people and maybe get 1 sale out of the 20. Didn't make any sense. So we only knew that, even though he was my millionaire mentor, we only knew that because we tried it and we have a track record. We called and called and called. And the sales turnover, the closing ratio of those phone calls after we made that presentation was not even worth the follow-up. All right, so that is a 1 call close. And we know if they don't invest then and there, it's probably not going to happen. In fact, when somebody says, well, I'd like to maybe do this later on, I just tell them, look, you're in sales, I'm in sales. I'll tell you right now from the experience that we have, if you don't get this right now, you're probably not going to. But here's the website. If you decide to change your mind later on, you'll pay a little bit more, but here it is. And I walk away from it. We leave it alone. Unless there's some unusual circumstance, common sense will tell me that. Now, here's when you have a product that is not a 1 call close. We have another product. That's a product where you come with me in the jet, and we co-op with other coaches. They bring their clients, and that's tens of thousands of dollars. That typically is not a 1 call close. Here is the wisdom in knowing from our track record that it's not a 1 call close. Here's the wisdom in knowing that. If you're my potential customer, and I know this is not a 1 call close, and I'm going to try to close you in 1 call, and I keep trying to ram it down your throat. Well, I've got to get with my team to see if the timing is right. Well, do you always make decisions with your team? Do you ever make decisions on your own? And then it's like when somebody says that to me, I go, oh, here we go again. I'm out. I'm totally out. Why would you waste your energy doing that when you know for a fact it is not a 1 call close? It doesn't make any sense. So when you take a product that is not a 1 call close and you try to 1 call close, you are going to piss the customer off in most cases. Again, use common sense to determine whatever your product is, whether it's a 1 call close or a 2 or 3 call close. So the program with my Beyond First Class is not typically a 1 call close. Now, if they have a lot of value on the product, remember, cost is a concern in the absence of value. Cost is a concern in the absence of value. So I had recently a friend recommend my Beyond First Class program. The person came to us. It was a what? One call close. Why? Because the value was already there based on a referral from somebody else. Make sense? All right, so think about that. Know your products. Go over your products. Figure out what's a one call close for those of you on the phone. What's a two call close. And don't get wimpy. For some people who have a problem with rejection, they'll come up with all these excuses why it's a 2 or 3 or 4 call close when really it should be maybe a 1 call close. So think about that. Hope I've shared with you something to think about. Share this with your friends and colleagues, especially those of them who are in sales and business. And I am out of here. Between now and the next time we get to chat, you know what to do. Don't let anything or anyone rent space in your head. Have a blessed day. We'll see you. I gotta stop.